GLAM, Los Angeles.
Hi, Kirby. Hi, Sarah. Welcome to Los Angeles.
Okay, we survived the most haunted city in the United States. Kirby and I had a sleepover. If you weren't following us on social, we had a big sleepover. It was Kirby, me, and some ghosts.
The ghosts came out, and I'm not kidding, y'all. And Sarah keeps making fun of me. This was a real thing that happened. Okay. So Sarah was all freaked out that we were staying at Smithfield Cottage in Savannah because we were there at SCAD doing a live episode for the students, which
The Smithfield Cottage is owned by the university. They've maintained, the history of the architecture. It's from 1888 or something like that. It's super old. But on top of the fact that it's super old, it's decorated impeccably. It's really, really beautiful because SCAD is an art school. However, there's a lot of strange art that if you believed in haunted spirits, it could get to your head. So the first night that we get there, Kirby and I are the first people to arrive to the Smithfield Cottage. They have put Kirby in the back, which is the carriage house, all by herself.
I had the whole carriage house to myself, which I understood because obviously they wanted me to live the life of luxury.
Yes, exactly.
However, you go in one of the first rooms and there's a painting that says repent on it. And immediately I'm like,
no,
this is not good. This is not good.
Even before you go into that room, when you enter, there are bones on the freaking wall, literal bones of, I don't know what, dog bones,
and there's skulls just
skulls.
Everywhere.
The theme
for no reason at all.
The theme is skulls.
There was a human cadaver in the kitchen. It was giving, I'm gonna die tonight.
Like anatomy. It wasn't it wasn't
it was an actual cadaver. Okay, it was a fake. No shit, it was a fake.
I just want to paint the picture.
Mannequin with its organs exposed, so you can see its anatomy.
It was science class. And then I was put in the main house with the rest of the refinery team, but everyone's flights were delayed. So they
And Sarah, by the way, leading up to this has been freaking out about the ghosts in Smithfield Cottage. So she's like, I'm going to be so scared. I'm going to have to take medication. And I'm like, get a grip. It's going to be fine. No big deal. Well, then when we get there, I realize I am in a completely separate house from everybody else. So then I'm starting to get scared. And then on top of that, we have the bones, we have the repent, we have the weird child with the freaking bike or slide or whatever.
And then Kirby also is looking up the most haunted spots in Savannah, right before we go to bed. So I was like, I cannot sleep here in this main house by myself. There's no way I'm going to be able to sleep. So I'm going to bunk with Kirby. The art in her room was less frightening. It was like a dog. I mean, it wasn't a comforting painting by any means, but I would rather have a dog looking at me than a person. I was able to sleep fine the first night. I took some sleep aids. And then Kirby's waking me up. It's did you feel a vibration?
That was the second night. That was the second night.
Okay. What happened the first night?
First night, nothing happened.
No, you said
we slept
wasn't
fine.
there? You said there was weight on your legs.
Okay, yeah, but whatever. I was maybe I'm just making this up, but I did at one point in the middle of the night feel a weight on my legs, somebody sitting or pressing on my legs, and I was just keep your eyes closed and don't move at all. Okay, didn't tell Sarah, just was whatever, let's move forward. The next night, we had our little goodbye dinner. So I had a drink or two. I told Sarah I was basically hungover the next day because I don't drink that often.
And then I
fell asleep quickly.
You did, because we both fell asleep at the same. Well, we both stopped talking at the same time. But then I literally could not sleep for 2 hours. I was up for 2 hours. I was tossing and turning. I felt really bad. I was I'm going to wake Kirby up, but I was sweaty. I was hot. And then I was just thinking of all the ghosts. And I was fuck, I am not going to be able to fall asleep. I don't know how I fell asleep that night. So I finally did. I probably got 2 hours of sleep. And then Kirby wakes up.
Okay. I am not making this up. This fucking happened. Okay. And if there would have been a camera in that room, they would have seen it. The bed moved. The bed moved. I felt it. Okay. It was a jolt. It wasn't like a shaky. It was like a jolt. And I was facing the wall and Sarah was to the left of me. So I was trying to turn over and sit up to say, did you feel that? And I swear to God, my body entirely was vibrating from head to toe. And it was like I was in a dream where you're trying to scream or talk and you can't get a word out. I was literally paralyzed. I'm not even exaggerating. I remember my arm was like by my head and I was like trying to move it and I could not move. I was trying to say, Sarah, did you feel that? And nothing was coming out for at least 30 seconds. And then finally I like sat up and I looked at her and I go, did you feel that? She was like, oh, I just thought it was the cleaning lady like entering the downstairs. I'm like, no, at 6 a.m.? No, that was not the cleaning lady.
It was not 6 a.m. It was like 8 a.m.
It was not 8 a.m. It was early because we tried to go back to sleep for an hour.
It was like 7 or 8.
And you were like looking at me like, oh, and I'm like, but you felt it. You felt it. You thought it was something that jolted the bed, but we have not felt anything of the sort the whole time we were there.
So
it was weird.
Yeah.
So now I am, my body is a vessel for whatever ghost has entered.
I told her, I think it's Devon Sawa. I think it's Casper. I think it is the love of her.
Casper,
the love of her life is coming.
True life, I married a ghost.
Yes.
That would actually be so on brand for me. I'm like, I don't want him near me. I don't want to see him a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I would love to just like pretend he's not there.
And then you guys could have a really epic Halloween party.
Oh my, yeah, right.
I love Savannah. It is such a beautiful city, but it is just, I am too scared. I'm too scared.
Yeah, I gotta say, the history there is rough. The history there is rough.
Also, Kirby and I got caught in a rainstorm, thunderstorm, whatever you want to fucking call it, storm. And it was so funny, but like not during when we got caught.
We were just walking and then all of a sudden it's like crack of thunder, boom. And then I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. And we were soaking wet. I had a leaf on my face. The wind was violently blowing. I mean, it was bonkers. We were sprinting in the rain. We could have hurt ourselves.
Wow. What a time. What a time. It's always such a pleasure, Scad.
Yes. So Scad, thanks for having us. I definitely took home a ghost with me. Whatever.
That's fine.
And we're going to have a live episode go up this week with Violette Surratt of Violette FR. Friends, I was definitely not very acquainted with that brand until we found out she was going to be on the pod. Fully obsessed at this point.
She's incredible.
Like, she's incredible. Product's incredible. If you can get the Bisou balm, get it because it's sold out.
Just get it
all over the place.
Just grab.
It's only 3 weeks into Sephora. Put it in your Sephora cart for the Sephora sale. I am a huge fan of her and her background. You're going to learn all about it on Friday. You're going to not want to miss that episode. So let's just quickly get into some news. There wasn't like a ton of news this past week, minus the tariffs that will be or have been implemented, which a lot of people have been asking us. You know, what does this mean? We've talked about tariffs in the past. You can revisit that episode if you just look it up in our feed. But a lot of brands have come out, especially with the South Korea tariffs. Fashion and beauty are going to be hit so hard by these tariffs. We will see brands shut down. There will be no way for them to justify marking up prices as high as they need to. Your favorite brands will shut down. It sucks. I don't even think there's a way to keep it from happening. Quite frankly, I would say go and support them and of course buy their products, engage with them on social, try to be as active as you can in terms of supporting your more independent brands. Mm-hmm. But even brands that are acquired by big conglomerates, I mean, like if they're not successful and their prices are driven higher, they may have to shut down.
Right.
So yeah, it's a bummer. It's a real bummer, guys. And unfortunately, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. So I just want to say we're thinking of everyone. It's going to be a really hard couple of months, years. I don't know, but it sucks.
God. Yeah. Yeah.
Can we not catch a fucking break between COVID?
I know.
And all like the wildfires? Just, we cannot catch a break. We can't. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom here, guys, but I mean, this is a serious deal. I have seen so many founders pop on their Instagram to be like,
Yeah.
get ready, get ready.
Yeah.
It's scary.
We will continue to keep everyone posted, obviously, and pray for a miracle.
Pray or think positive thoughts. I don't know. Do a seance, cast a spell, whatever you need to do.
Kirby, you connect with your ghost friends.
Dear ghost, please give me the power to
adjust the
strike up cast a spell on Donald Trump.
Oh my God.
All right. This is the biggest news of the week, I think. Sarah,
I agree.
Do you agree?
I agree. This is really exciting. I was really excited when I saw the headline.
Also, it's surprising. I did not realize that this brand was in this position to do something like this.
Same.
But it makes so much sense. Essence got the exclusive on this. Topicals founder tells all about new holding company and Bread Beauty Supply acquisition. So we love Maeve. Maeve is the founder of Bread Beauty Supply, friend of the podcast. Go listen to her.
Listen to that up. She is a gem.
Topicals is a brand that we have been supporting since they launched. We had founder Olamide Oluwe on the podcast as well. She is absolutely fantastic. And Topicals now has a holding company. So they were able to acquire Bread, which I think this just makes so much sense. Instead of Olamide deciding, okay, what's next for Topicals? Let's make hair care. They're like, okay, Bread really fits in with Topicals in a really unique way. Let's just figure things out and acquire it and start working together.
Totally. I love this quote that Essence got from Olamide where she said, typically when a Black-owned business gets acquired, so many things are changed and altered in a way that isn't serving our community. That's why for Bread founder Maeva, being acquired by another Black business is the point. She says they understand what it takes to build a generational defining brand in this market, and I can't wait to see where they want to take the brand. They say it takes a village to raise a child, and it's really the same for business.
Topicals and CODB, which is their holding company called Cost of Doing Business, which I think is
super
a
cute.
great name.
Love that.
Love. They're going to operate independently, and Bread has already begun following in the skincare line's footsteps, according to Essence, by launching their first ever brand film, A Love Like Ours, which launched last week. So Olamide says that the president of Topicals and herself co-founded the holding company, Cost of Doing Business, and they want to start acquiring and launching businesses that they feel are at the center of the culture and commerce in any and every category. I think that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they're going to expand past beauty or outside of beauty, rather. It says, we're pros in beauty. So obviously beauty was the first category we wanted to start with just because the opportunity came and we have the experience, but we're really excited to build a new age holding company. Sochi, who is the president of Topicals, said that Maeva Bread has been a friend of the brand for a long time. Even within her first year at Topicals in 2021, they were trading tips and advice on what they've been seeing and how they were both scaling their businesses.
Mm-hmm.
She and Olamide had a conversation saying how they wish they could just run Bread the way that they run Topicals. So obviously this made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Maeva agreed.
I love this quote from Sochi. She said, we think about building businesses that are led by Black and brown people. Just because it's a Black-owned business doesn't mean it necessarily is just for Black people. We want to give these businesses the opportunity to really shine on a cross-cultural stage. And that's about transcending culture and us delivering that value to other people, but making sure that our community is at the foundation of it all. We're serving their needs first. Something we always say at Topicals is when you're serving marginalized communities, you create products that work better for everybody.
Right. And I think that's one thing that has really helped both Topicals and Bread in terms of their reach of customer. Because as we've talked about with brand founders in the past, in the past year, obviously DE&I has been a big topic of conversation, but a lot of Black founders have come out and said, you have to be able to reach past a certain demographic.
Mm-hmm.
It's, it benefits everyone if you have a wide net to cast, but then you don't want to lose the central vision of your company, which is to serve marginalized communities, right? Mm-hmm. How do you do that? I think that Topicals has done that in such a amazing way since their launch. So many aspects of their business have been so smart. When they launched their first product, the smell, it was like very hot dog water, it has like a stinky smell to it. And they're like, do you want it to work?
Right.
Do you want it to work?
Right.
This ingredient smells and nothing's going to mask it. We're not going to send you perfumed hot dog water. You're just going to deal with the hot dog water. They've constantly kept innovating that product. I believe they've gotten it to a point where it doesn't have that strong of a scent anymore. But even just the education that they have laid into, and also that they are like, we're not trying to make you look perfect, but like if you have scars, if you have pigmentation, if you have things like this, it's almost like these things that people don't want to advertise about themselves. That's what Topicals is really focused on. And then with bread, I remember last year they did this they were doing a lot of cool ASMR social content where it was like, you're hearing like gushiness or you're hearing like a pour or you're hearing something. And it was almost like, it kind of like made me uncomfortable in a way, but I couldn't stop watching it.
Yeah.
So they have this really great visual aspect to their brand. It's also beautiful. It's also made for people from marginalized communities with certain hair types. However, it also works on every hair type as well.
Yeah.
So I do feel like these two brands have been able to keep the ethos of like why they started, but scale it in a way that makes sense as a beauty business, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I've just been so in awe of Olamide and how she's grown Topicals. When did we interview her? When they launched, which was like in 2020. Yeah. So for her to get to this place where she can now, help other brands grow as big as Topicals is just like so inspiring. I'm just really excited to see what they all do. And this is so great for Maeva. Obviously, like bread has just been such a mainstay in hair. But I think, in this interview, she talks about like being a solo entrepreneur and how it's just been really hard. And so to be able to like rely on Olamide and Sochi and to have support, like I can't even imagine what bread's going to be like in the coming years. So congratulations to all of them. This is so exciting.
Also, this is really interesting. At the end of this Essence article, or not the end, but like close to the end, Olamide says, in response to the question, do you have any upcoming plans that we can expect from bread that you want to share? Olamide says, we believe 2025 is the year of the pixie. We're giving away 100 free pixie transformations. If you want to cut your hair or you want to get an undetectable pixie wig, we're going to fund you doing that. So as long as you use bread products, we want to see content with you using the bread products, but we're going to fund 100 United States to start. But bread is also available in the UK and Australia. We're going to work our way there, but in a few days, we're going to announce this and Essence has the scoop on it. Cool. I love that.
Should we apply?
Sarah, I've been asking you to do a fuck ass bob and you won't even do it. So I don't see that in your future.
I do not have the bone face structure.
I do not have the face for a pixie. No. I am not Rihanna.
I was going to say, I'm not Twiggy. Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, it's not happening. It's not happening for me.
Emma Watson.
Unfortunately. Emma Stone.
Yeah, no, Emma Stone.
I can't do it.
No.
It's a no for me. It's
the
not
more
a cute
hair,
look for me.
The more hair, the better.
Speaking of hair, Venus has been in retrograde. And if there's any reason to believe in astrology, it may be this. God bless Emily Ratajkowski. Perhaps she did need to be humbled because she is so gorgeous. I have interviewed her before and I find her to be lovely. And also, I hate to say this, but she is, God is fair. I'm like, she's intelligent. She's funny. She's gorgeous.
Perfect boobs.
She's so nice. She's the best boobs I've ever seen, girl. Like blurred lines. I loved that video because I'm like, damn, her tits are incredible.
And in Gone Girl,
God said she has too much. Oh my God, in Gone Girl, no, making out with my man Ben Affleck. Fuck. God, some girls have it all. This sucks. Okay, so
but God humbled you, especially during retrograde.
God said, Emily, you have it all. We must taketh away.
What is this
haircut?
What is one of the number one rules during retrograde? Do not get a major hair transformation. Do not get bangs.
When Venus is in retrograde, yes. You can't do anything that is outside of maintenance. Anything that's outside of maintenance, don't do it. No major surgeries, no haircuts. Don't try filler, Botox, whatever for the first time. Don't do it.
No.
Okay. Venus has been in retrograde. Okay. That's why I'm convinced I've been looking ugly for like the past 30 days or whatever. Okay. I'm not kidding. I'm not even kidding. Okay. So I have to attribute it to that. It's not my hormones.
Totally.
It's not anything else. It's just Mercury or Venus
No,
retrograde.
that's like way more
So
scientific.
she posts this video on TikTok and we're all like, girl, be so serious. Cause she's like covering half of her face. She's like, I'm going to tell y'all this, but I got like the butt ugliest haircut of all time. Like, I don't know if this hairstylist hates me. And I can't remember if she said if it was for a shoot or a campaign or what, but we're all like, okay, be so serious. You're stunning. It cannot be that bad. Friends, it is that bad. Whoever did this to her, I need someone to find out and tell Sarah and I on the back end. I'm scared.
I was so
I'm
close
scared
to
for this
like
person.
DMing all of our close hairstylist friends, but then I was worried that it was like could have been them by accident.
One of them?
Exactly. That's why I was like, who do I know for a fact that this wasn't them? But like, who was it? Who gave her this wolf cut or whatever? What is it?
So her bangs literally start at the top of the crown of her head. They go all the way back here to the front. That is the most egregious part. It looks like a Beatles haircut, but with long ends. It's like a Florence Henderson haircut.
Yeah. A shag
longer. It's jagged.
Meets mullet.
Shag gone wrong. I am so terrified of who did this to her. I'm like praying that she never reveals because this person will not see a job again. Because all of us are like, this is horrendous. Like, I don't know how. And she's literally like, I'm going to lose my actual job. Like, because this is not a wig. This is my actual hair.
It was really funny. Like the way that she.
Was.
I was like, oh, you're like so charming. Did she get it fixed yet? Okay. She had an update. She had an update. Okay.
What's the update?
The update is that Kerastos helped her keep her job. And
and she got a paid partnership out of it, and she's like, and this is an ad because it fucking should be. And I'm like, preach, girl.
Honestly, thank God it happened to her because she's so stunning. Like whatever happens to her hair, like she still looks so gorgeous. But the comments, everyone's like, don't worry, in a few weeks it'll be fine. You'll be able to pull it off.
She also tried to like curl her hair and curl her bangs. And she's like, I think this makes it better. I'm like, it doesn't. It actually makes it so much worse.
I'm so sorry.
So unfortunately, EmRata is going to have to suffer. Oh my God. And there's a horrendous photo of her on Backgrid that I would actually sue them if they posted this. Like the fact that they did her so dirty on this. I mean, and this is a stunning woman. The fact that like page 6 is like EmRata attempts to style the worst haircut of her life. It's basically a mullet. I don't even think this is a mullet.
No, it's not. It's beyond that. It's like she got in a fight with like a pair of scissors and was like moving around like this to avoid it.
I did comment on the video and I said, you need to speak to Mark Townsend immediately. He can help.
He can
fix this. I believe it. So Mark, if you're listening, you need to get in touch with EmRata like immediately. We got to fix this.
Good for her for getting a sponsorship out of it.
I mean, she is a Kerastos ambassador. So, I mean,
it
would be kind of crazy if Kerastos was like, sorry, we are not supporting you.
Sorry, we're dropping you.
So what have we learned, friends? Obey Venus retrograde. Don't do it.
No. Mm-mm. Let it grow out.
Bang trim's okay because you already had bangs. No new haircuts. Don't do it.
Don't do anything. Don't try anything new. Don't
EmRata,
get too
we're
spicy.
here in solidarity. We are here for you, girl. Love and respect.